Hi, and thank you for tuning in. In this recording, so I'm going live sharing my synchronistic experiences the other day. I tried to share this the other evening, like really quick, but it didn't process correctly. And then that's probably just a sign that I still wasn't processing the full recognition of what the synchronistic signs were telling me. Hi, and welcome. So, anyways, you see my two bears here, and if you follow me on Instagram, I do share a picture of this cute little dog that came up to me in the park. And if you guys have been doing my live little, little rituals and prayers and good afternoon, then I know I introduced my golden bear and my black bear in one of the videos. So I'm not sure which one it was at. But anyways, I have the gold one and the black one. And this all has to tie into the synchronistic things that were happening and going on after the new moon, and then also the clearing that I also did. So after the clearing, one of my friends was tuning in, and she had messaged me. She was like, "That was amazing. After I listened to the clearing, I stepped into this other vibration, and I started receiving even more synchronicities than I normally do." And I was like, "That's great, you know." And we were talking. I was at the park, and I was like, "Yeah, that's great. I get numbers. I get numbers a lot. The universe basically, like, I get messages. I could get a reading in just driving my car. So like the truck will say something, and I pay attention when you're out there, when you're driving. The numbers will say those are all codes for you, and also like trucks that say signs, license plates. I'm always like looking at what is being communicated to me through synchronistic signs. So the more you tune in, the more it'll be available for you. And then also like the clearings and stuff that I offer, like that will help increase that. Yes, divine time. And so, anyways, while I was talking to my friend on the phone, I was in the park, and we're in the middle of a conversation. She was sharing to me how she was at the park listening to my clearing, and so how she received like incredible downloads, incredible clearing, and this and that. And so, as we were talking, there was this golden dog, very almost the same color as my gold bear. He came up to me, and he just sat right in my lap. He just wanted to chill with me, and he came up to me super sweet. And I was like, "Oh, cute." And I looked at his name. His name is Sunny. And his owner was right there. And he introduced himself to me, and he started talking to me about how he adopted the dog from an animal shelter, and he loved the dog, and this and that. And I asked the man what his name was. His name was Michael. And I'm really close to Archangel Michael. And then also I noticed he had a shirt on. His shirt was a Hawaiian shirt, and it had rainbows on it, and it said Aloha, Hawaii Aloha. I just came back from Hawaii, so those of you who have been following me, I did my Hawaiian transmissions and all of that. And then also in one of my clearings, I did rainbow light codes. There was a lot of rainbow light codes coming in like the day before, like Friday, sweeping rainbow light codes. So he was just a confirmation about the Hawaiian energy and the rainbow light codes that were on his shirt, Archangel Michael. He also had a tattoo that read old school on his arm. And so old school, I always consider like me and my twin flame old school, because we listen to a lot of that older kind of generation. Um, and then he was there at the park because their band was playing, and the band was the name of the band was called Yes. And the way he said it, yes, like really stuck out. The number 4 really stuck out. He talked about he was in prison for 4 years, and then he found God. He had like basically an awakening, is what he was telling me. And I just listened to him. Heard him out. I heard his story. He was talking, yes, he was talking about also how he would pray and that he would see angels around him while he was in prison. And, it was just a really interesting conversation. So I felt it was really important for me to share. I don't always share my synchronicities, but this one is just a really big one. And it was just confirmation, especially since you guys have been with me as I am, doing my clearings. And I'll be doing those more often as well, because it seems to be helping a lot of you. And I can feel it in the energy field as well. Um, so, anyways, when I looked at the band name Yes, there was two songs that really stood out, and I'll try to put the links below. I can't remember them right now, but I'll try to look up the band Yes. Hi, um, and there's two main songs. Just kind of use your intuition on which one to go to. And there is one song that really talks about the divine masculine waking up, like the like not being happy where they're at in the workplace, stuff like that. So look at those two songs, and or there's two main songs that I felt connected to, and see what guides you in that when you're looking up that band. Yes. So, anyways, it was really interesting conversation as I met with Sunny, the gold dog, and it was a Pomeranian dog. You know, those dogs look like teddy bears, anyways. Then, after Michael left with his dog Sunny and his Hawaiian shirt, there was another dog that came to me, and it was a black Pomeranian. So, I felt it was connected to my black bear, and her name was Gypsy. So the gold bear was the masculine and the black bear was the feminine. And so Gypsy and Sunny. So I think I have names for my teddy bears, you guys. I never named them. Sunny and Gypsy. And anyways, she came up to me, same thing. She sat right next to me. She had a message for me, and it was really nice. It was just really nice connected. I really connected to nature. Birds always come around me. They dance around me and they talk to me. I can hear their little conversations. So I am very telepathic. So that was a really cool synchronistic event at the park. So it's basically showing you how we are truly raising vibrations. We're stepping into a whole new paradigm and whole new dimension. Just really tune in and allow it to happen. It just happens everywhere. And also, telepathic communication is really on the rise here. I personally communicate with a lot of animals, plants, stuff like that. I have a client friend, and yesterday, I believe, yeah, in the morning, I kept hearing her dog's name, and I heard his name and heard his name a couple times, and I was like, okay, what's going on with this? Like, what's going on? Is he okay? And then he kept showing me, he said a bottle, and he said something else, and he said he was freaking out. So I text my friend, and I said, is your dog okay? And she was just like, why? What's going on? I said, he's freaking out. He needs your help. What happened? Something about a bottle. She got her hair done that morning with a really strong chemical in what she normally doesn't do. And I guess he was freaking out. He couldn't really breathe that well. That's the feeling that I got from it. And so it's just like showing you, I'm sharing this so I can show you to really pay attention to your thoughts and where you're at in your level of consciousness, because the more we grow and expand and plug in, also clearing the thoughts, we can really tap into another state of our higher consciousness. And in my clearings, And I'm sure other people have them too. I'm not the only one. But in the clearings that I share, we are raising consciousness. We are calling in Christ consciousness and to really be connected. When we're connecting to Christ consciousness, we can hear other people's thoughts, prayers, and what do you do about it? You share. You allow yourself to be that vessel of love and light, and allow that love to to flow through you, out of you. So anyways, that was my two really cool experiences that I was really guided to share. I get synchronicities all the times, like songs popping in my head, signs of my twin's name, all the time. They kind of like, I kind of get tired of it. But this in particular situation, it was really neat. I was just like, all right, I'm good with this. This is a good one. If you guys would like to share your stuff, go ahead and share below. Feel free to do so.